Welcome back to Life Coaching with Alex Urbina, right here in your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS. Today's show is sponsored by iLead Schools and SCVI Charter, where they do leadership development with the young people, teach them critical thinking and emotional intelligence. Today's show, if you've been listening in or just tuning in, it's about the 10 quotes for millennials entering the workforce. And I'm doing this show really to inspire some of the millennials that they can be leaders, they can think outside the box, and they have what it takes to be successful in today's world. Now let's get to the last two out of those 10. We're going to get on to number 9. This quote and the author is Buddha. And this is how it goes. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. And what you imagine, you create. Again, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. And what you imagine, you create.
This one, I think, speaks, and it's pretty simple, but it can be heavy as well. What you think, you become. Basically, if you don't see yourself in a great position or being great, you're never going to be great.
So thoughts are powerful. Is that what you're saying?
Thoughts are powerful. When you look in the mirror and whoever you see, if you see just somebody that, mediocre, average, you're not going to be anything other than that, because that's you. That's what you think, and that's your thoughts of yourself. If you think you'll be great, you're going to be great, because you're going to strive to be great, to affirm what you believe about yourself.
What you feel, you attract.
It basically, what do you want out of life, and are you willing to get it, to go and get it? Basically, that's what comes down. What does that mean to you? Like, how do you see that?
I feel that what you feel about yourself, you attract. Meaning, if I feel that I am a loving, caring, powerful, beautiful, amazing man, I'm going to attract those people, the like-minded people and the same type of people into my life. If I believe I'm a 10 out of a 10, I'm going to attract 10s around me. If I believe I'm a 2, if I have a low self-esteem, I feel like I'm not worthy and I don't deserve, good things. I don't deserve a life worth living. Then I'm going to start to attract those kinds of people into my life. I feel like energy and like-minded people, they start to, like a magnet, they pull towards each other.
Is that when you walk into a room and like you're just angry, and then you suck the fun out of the room kind of thing?
Well, that's the situational part of it, but I think this is bigger than just a situation. This is just you being you in your life. If you feel less about yourself, you have a low self-esteem, you have these self-limiting beliefs that are at a lower level. It's the same thing with the first part, what you think, you become. If you have these self-limiting beliefs, and at a level 2, you're going to start attracting the level 2s in your life. And, if those level 2s are in your life, they're victims, and you're blaming people and you're being a victim, you're going to start attracting all the victims in your life. Before you know it, you're going to have a pity party every weekend because, you're a victim and you attract other victims. What do victims do?
Yeah, and you're just going to be,
they blame, point fingers, and they take no accountability for their lives. You're going to start to attract those same types of people. So the trick here is for you to work on yourself to get up the ladder from a 2 to a 3, a 3 to a 5, a 5 to a 7. And it's a decide that you're going to take yourself onto that journey. You're going to start a journey of personal growth and interpersonal development. That, which you think of, you become. That which you feel, you attract. And then the last part is what you imagine, you create.
And is this where in life, like I imagine how my life, I would want it, and then it's going to be created that way?
This is more like a visionary. Visionaries are people that think big visions, grand illusions of creating world peace or making a difference in the world that's phenomenal. People that think big like that, they create extraordinary results. It's about your vision and your imagination. If you can imagine that it's possible, then you can go out and create it. But if you imagine something small, you're not going to be able to create that grand illusion. So it's more about stretching your vision. It's about believing into bigger possibilities. And this one really hit me. It was right around my journey, probably in my mid-20s. I remember being a part of this group, and I was asked to create a vision statement. And so I created a vision statement for my life. And I'll never forget, I had a good friend of mine. She's also a good friend and a mentor. We kind of compared ours. And I remember looking at her vision, and it was so big and so elaborate. It took it all the way to her death. It was like 60 years all the way, and it was just so detailed. I remember comparing my vision statement to hers, and I was like, wow, I want to see my life the way you see your life. I want to visualize big like that. I want to dream big. And it wasn't until I was able to kind of compare my vision to someone else's, I saw that my vision was small. And so what that did was it gave me permission to start to think more of myself, to start believing that what's possible for me was on a grander scale, that I could make a bigger contribution. And so it just stretched my vision. And so this last part is talking about what you imagine, you create. Meaning if you can imagine it, you can create it into your reality. But if your vision is so small, your imagination is so tiny, you're not going to be able to create those big things. You're only going to be able to create what you believe is possible in your imagination.
And how does this, transfer to the millennials coming into the workplace, taking this quote on?
Well, I believe that there's a lot of already self-limiting beliefs that they bring with them coming into the workforce. And some of them can be, I can't really make a difference here because the previous owners, they only see it this way. Or, I can only make it to a certain point, and after that because I don't have a degree, I can't be, an executive at the high level. Or, because I didn't go to this school and study here, and I'm looking around. I'm talking about limitations again, rather than I can see myself at the high level of this organization. I can even see myself as the CEO or the president of this company without a college degree, but with grit and hard work and perseverance and self-belief and personal power, and working on myself to be that great leader. I can lead people and this organization to creating some extraordinary things. Again, it's all about how you see yourself. It's all about your vision, about the way that your paradigm is created on what's possible.
Yeah, that's strong because, like you said, you go in there and you can't see because that, again, going back to a previous quote, that's the way it is. That's how this company is.
But it's not. But it's not the way it is. It's just the way that you see it.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Where you have to make that switch.
That's right. We're in this illusion that what we see is what's real, and it's not really like that because the world is full with unlimited amount of possibilities. The only thing that's real for you is just the way that you see it. So if you're hearing this is making sense, you need to start finding yourself other people that have bigger visions than you, or hang around other people that believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And what will happen is your paradigm starts to stretch. Your vision gets bigger. Now all things become possible. Stay tuned for more listening to Live Coaching with Alex Urbina right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. And welcome back to Live Coaching with Alex Urbina right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. If you're just joining us, we've gone through 9 quotes for millennials entering the workforce, how to inspire them to be leaders, self-directed leaders where they're creating extraordinary results for themselves. And joining me in studio, I got Andrew Delgado. He's my board op, and we've been talking about these quotes. And I just realized that I didn't get to number 10, so we left us with one more, and I'd like to talk about it now. This quote is authored by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and here's a quote: "Nothing can bring you peace but yourself."
And that's good. Did you want to go ahead?
No, go ahead.
That's also a simple ideology to understand, but it's almost difficult to put into practice. Well, at least for me, I find it difficult.
Well, just because you find it difficult, guess what?
It doesn't mean that it can't be done.
No.
That's what
Just because you see it difficult, it's going to be difficult.
Okay.
That just proved the point on one of our other ones here. That which you think, you become. So as long as you believe something's difficult, you're going to keep creating a difficult experience. You got to change the way you think and change the words you use. So it's not just about changing the way you think, but you got to change the words. So you got to totally do a whole reorganization with the way you think and the words that you use. So you got to eliminate the I can'ts, or this is hard, or this is difficult. You got to or it'll never happen. You got to start eliminating all of those words from your vocabulary, and you got to You got to transition into, yes, we can, or I can see that, or that might be a possibility, but I can see this. You got to start speaking as though it's possible and that you can create it.
And what was that quote again?
It's nothing can bring you peace but yourself.
Right, and this to me is outside influences. Don't rely on others, and don't, have others bring, bad or negative thoughts onto you, and then have them be your own. Recognize that and get away from it, or, just look past it. That's what I think. Bring peace to yourself.
For me, I think of all the people that believe that creating peace for themselves is about handling external circumstances so that you can feel at peace. So that you feel good about yourself, so that you feel safe, so that you feel powerful, so that you feel assured. It's about handling other circumstances that's externally, rather than looking within yourself and choosing to be at peace with things that are happening.
Right, which I believe is, using another terminology I learned on this show, is don't let things tag you.
Okay.
Don't stay in that negative space. If you get tagged or if you get irritated by something, recognize it and then move on.
So there's a phrase that I've been saying for a long time now. You've been here on the show. Tell me if you remember this. It is what it is. So what?
So what?
Now what? If it's to be,
it will be.
It's up to me.
It's up to me.
It is what it is. So what? Now what? If it's to be, it's up to me. So allowing things to be what they are, from it is what it is, meaning let that be. Remember I talked about allowing things to first be at neutral?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so something happens and you look at it. All right, I don't have the rent to pay today and it's due by 5 o'clock. It is what it is.
Right, don't have
right?
it.
I don't have it. And I'm not going to pull it out I'm not going to pull it out of my, back pocket in the next hour or so. So it is what it is. So what? So what means give yourself permission to not let it tag you and to get off of you not having it right now. So you're not in a psychological resistance of, oh my God, I need to have it and I don't have it. The so what just surrenders you to, okay, I don't have it. Now the next question you want to ask yourself is, now what? So now what? What are you going to do about it? I'm going to go create it. I need to go figure out how to reinvent myself to generate that income, or generate that, whether you borrow it, whether you go and start, figuring out new solutions. Maybe you start selling things. Maybe you have a garage sale. I mean, I come up with 10 different things to go out and create $1,000 or a couple $1,000. You
have to do what you got to do to get that done. But
those people in that moment go into a psychological resisting of what is.
Well,
and the what is I don't have the money to pay my bill right now.
Right, and then some people can shut down.
That's right. 1, you can worry. 2, you can shut down. 3, you can go hide in your room. 4, you can go drink. 5, you can escape from reality. You can do you have the power to choose to do whatever you want. But leadership is about allowing it to be what it is. Okay, great. I can't pay the bill right now. So what?
Right.
Now what? Now how can I access my personal power to start focusing on a solution? So in the next 24 hours or the next 48 hours, I'm now starting moving forward to use my brain to reinvent myself, to figure out how to create a new solution, a new result.
Right, and then you'll be at peace knowing that you had this situation come up in your life, and then you got it done.
You didn't let it tag you, like you said.
You didn't let it tag you. And now you go on to the next thing.
Yeah, what if we just lived our life allowing the events in our life to happen, and it has nothing to do with me. Like I'm not a loser because I don't have the rent today, or I'm not a good enough provider because my check is in between the time that we need it. What if we allowed ourselves to be separate from our results? I am not my results. I am not the negative $12 in my bank account, which means it goes on the other side. That means I'm not. Also, I'm not.
You're not great.
The $12 million,
money.
But I'm also not the $12 million that I have in my account. I'm not the mistakes that I've made in the past. Have you ever heard people say like your past makes you who you are?
Yeah, but it kind of does, but then it kind of doesn't, because You are who you are because of what you did, but you're not who you are because of what you did.
That's right. All you are is pure potential. You're just this powerful human being that can create whatever it wants at any given moment. Here's the trick, though. We don't all realize that we are that powerful person. We don't know it yet. And in order for you to know it, you got to wake up to it. You got to be conscious of it. You got to come to that conclusion. Man, I want to thank you for taking the time hanging out with me and chatting on this show. The 10 quotes for millennials entering into the workforce. I hope we did a little service for you guys. We're here every Monday from 1 to 2 p.m. Thanks for joining us on Life Coaching with Alex Urbina, right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.